Okay, so this is Sonnet. You've seen her before. She's quite well trained to a degree, 18 months old. High hopes for her in the gun dog world. But the other day I found that although she is, although she is steady to a thrown dummy to shot, a bird, shot, go shooting, sit. She sits at my leg. She watches what's going on. She doesn't run in. I can't actually throw a dummy over her head without her running in on it. So I realise I've missed out this exercise I'm going to show you now, and I'm going to go back in my training because I've obviously got a gap in my training, which means the further on in my training that I go, it's going to cause me a problem. So I need to go back and fill that gap properly. So this exercise is called round the clock. So I'll just show you the basis of what we do. Sonnet will fail at the ultimate test of throwing it over her head. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to get there so that maybe next week I can throw it over her head. So I'm going to sit her up. Sit. Stay. So Sonnet is the centre of the clock. I'm 6 o'clock. I get my dummy. I'm going to throw it to the side of me. So let's just imagine I'm throwing it at 5 o'clock. She's steady. I'm picking it up. I'm going to move slowly because this is a new exercise for her. Stay. I'm picking it up. I move back to 6 o'clock. Tell my dog to stay. And I go in, stay, and I reward the fact she hasn't moved. Stay. I do the same to the other side. It's quite a repetitive and boring exercise, but it's a great exercise. I'm going to throw it at 7 o'clock. She doesn't move. The reason she doesn't move is because I'm closer to the dummy than she is. And she knows that. She's not daft, and she knows I'd get there first. I'm picking it up. It's not hers. It goes away. Free hands. I go back to 6 o'clock. I walk into my dog and I praise her for staying still. Maybe not a treat this time. Maybe a stroke. Stay. Sit. Sit. Stay. I'll miss out 4 and 8 o'clock, but you would just go the next dial round. So I'm going to try to go for 3 o'clock. So at 3 o'clock, the dummy is the same distance from her as it is to me. I'm all right with that. Stay. If you were training this from the beginning, you wouldn't be missing out those markers. I'm just doing it for time purposes because I know in this vicinity, I know she's steady. So I'll do 9 o'clock. Stay. I'll pick it up. Sit. Oh, I always go back to here because it's just my routine of the exercise. Dogs learn by following the same thing and repetition. So I'm going to go back in. I'm going to give her a little treat. Good girl. Stay. So now I'm going to make it harder because I'm going to go for 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock, which is closer to her than me. So you only move past the halfway stage when you're 3 o'clock and this side is pretty steady. And to be honest, I'd like to be able to just throw it without even saying stay. So we'll just try that first. I'm going to go for 3 o'clock without saying stay. So I've got that one. You'll notice how I walk sort of round my clock to get my dummy back to 6 o'clock. Don't ask me why I do it like this. I just do, and it works. Back into the dog. Dog's learning through. It's the same patterned behaviour. Sit. Sit. Stay. Stay. She gets a bit treat obsessed. I don't often use treats with Sonnet for that reason. I give her a fuss rather than a treat. So now I'm going to go for 2 o'clock, which is a little bit harder. Maybe it was 2.5 o'clock, but I'll go get my dummy. What, I'm going to watch the dog. If she looks like she's going to get up, I'm going to tell her to stay. If she looks like she's getting up, I go back and I reward my dog. I'm going to show you now the bit that's harder and the bit she won't do. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. So I'm going to go for sit. No treats. Sit. I'm going to go for 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So I'm not throwing it directly over her head, but I'm going quite close. Sit. Sit. So she got a negative in the verbal then. She knows not to go for it, but the temptation for her was too great. Stay. So I'm going to pick it up myself. And this time when I throw it, I'm going to tell her to stay before I throw it, just to back up that that's what I want her to do. She doesn't get any praise. She doesn't get any reward. She doesn't get anything. She didn't do what I asked. The negative verbal for her is enough. She knows I am displeased just by the tone of my voice. So we'll go again. Stay. This is an exercise you do in a very calm way. So I don't go back to my dog and fuss it in a way that's going to make it bouncy, because it's all supposed to be calm. And it's like a 5 minutes every day, or, to do it. And this dog soon learns. Stay. So if I throw it over her head, I'm pretty sure she's going to go for it, because as it moves over her head, she cannot resist going for it. So just to prove that that's what she's going to do, we'll give it a go. But I'm going to just tell her to stay first, in the hope that because we've done a bit of homework, maybe she'll stay. Stay. Sit. 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 Now, I'm actually quite pleased with that, because up until that point, she would have run in for it. So because I've put a little bit of time doing my homework, she didn't run in for that dummy. But what I really wanted to do, Chronic, come here, Sonnet. There you go. Couldn't resist. Dead. Now, I'm not going to tell her off for that, because I'm dealing with it here. She went and retrieved it and gave it to me, and I never tell off really the actual picking of the dummy and giving it to me, because by the time she's picked it, it's too late to reprimand, and it means it would actually give me a negative effect on the dog. So we'll go back a step. Sit, stay, stay. So I'm enforcing my stay. She knows the word stay. Stay, stay, sit, sit, sit. Sit, sit. But because she's not picked, I'm going to praise the fact she's not picked, but I'm going to watch that she doesn't go for it. Sit, sit, stay. And I'm picking it up. It's mine, not hers. Sit. No, no, no. I'm watching her. I'm not breaking my eye contact, because I know she is desperate to go for it. Come here. Come here. Sit. No. Here. Sit. Stay. 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 It's important to realise that she's only behaving like this is because she loves to retrieve. So I don't want to break that spirit. I want to contain the steadiness, but the spirit is so important that we keep it, which is why I'm not hammering her too much for doing the wrong thing. I'm picking the dummy up and we're going to try again. Stay. This is the first time I've done this with this dog. And that's what I said. I've missed it out in my training. So I was expecting all of this to happen, but I kind of think, if not tomorrow, certainly the day after, I'll have it nailed, because she wants to please. She just is trying to work out what it is to please. She wants to please herself and she wants to please me, and she's a bit torn. So I'm just going to make it very simple for her so she can please me. Stay. Stay. Good girl. Now I'm praising her calmly, because I don't want her to break the sit, but I'm really pleased with that, because just in that session that you've seen, you can see my progress. Stay. Now she'll want to get up now, because she wants the dummy. No. 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 Come here. Sit. Stay. I'm picking it up. No. At no point would I ever let her pick it up in this exercise. Come here. Sit. Sit. No. Just keep correcting her. Got to be patient. Sit. No. Come here. It's because she doesn't want to. She wants to look at the dummy because she wants it. Sit. Stay. Stay. So you have just got to persevere and stick, because I know that the exercise works. I'm just going to carry on until it does work. Good girl. Good girl. Now she wants to blow my whistle. Dead. Sit. 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 I'm going to do it one more time. Sit. Stay. 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 If she does this right, I will finish the exercise. I will sit her next to me and I will give her a retrieve. Stay. 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 Sit. 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 Stay. My dummy, I'm picking it up, not hers. Temptation has been averted. She sat where I wanted to be. That's actually a win in this session from what I started with to what I've got. So calmly finish my exercise off. She has a treat and a fuss and a breaker off. Good girl. Good girl.